my ears.
All right, here we go, guys. Podcast number 1, Strictly Business 2021.
What the fuck?
Dude, this is going on. I was 17, I want to say, when I first started doing this league.
How old are you now?
Now I'm 40. So this is year 24, season 24.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And so Phil,
last
Phil
year
just asked for the link to be sent to him. I'm not doing that, Phil. Anyways, last year was what?
Oh, we should get Flipper on.
I know, we should.
We should.
All right, hold on, guys. While we do this, I'm gonna.
This makes great video.
Phil. Always something. Yeah, it does. Fucking Flipper.
Yo.
Anyways,
we got Dave over here.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Triple D in the house.
What up?
So while we're let's just dive into some random news and notes. The other day, Rich decided to start I don't want to call it a mock draft, but a group text draft.
Well, what he did was he got a big old cauldron and a big old ladle and just started stirring the pot, man. That's what happened.
That makes sense,
right? Like, and that's very in character with Rich, right?
Yeah.
So
I can't copy this link from my phone. I'm trying to copy it, Phil. Sorry, buddy.
Tell him to check his email. Wasn't it in his email?
Yeah. You're right. So explain to me your perspective on this whole thing.
We're gonna have to go back. I got distracted by Flipper.
Yeah. About Rich, started a group text.
Oh, yeah.
Mock.
So we just like, yo, let's go. Let's start it now. And of course, Ricky just goes ahead and locks in CMC, which, I mean, everybody's had him penciled in for since the first time he put up with a home smoke screen, right? Like,
or trading out of the 1 pick. I mean, he did try to dangle that carrot for a little bit. But we all knew who the number 1 pick was going to be.
Right. And I mean, RJ is just like, you know what I'm doing, who knows what RJ's doing. I assumed he was going to go Patty Mahomes for a while, but I keep hearing he's going Dalvin. I'll trust what I hear through the grapevine.
I was going to say the word on the street is Dalvin Cook.
Right,
but we'll have to wait a week and find out.
Exactly. But I mean, would it be out of character for RJ to go with a quarterback that early? I mean, I don't think so.
No, everybody knows quarterbacks are so important in this league that, when you look at the ADP on any site that you choose to use as your resource or multiple sites, quarterbacks are like, 4th round, 5th round, what have you.
For the best.
Yeah. And that's just not how things go in our league. Because of the point structure, quarterbacks always score the most. It's proven over history, over time, that you need to have one of the top 5 quarterbacks to win this league.
Right.
And, you look back, you look at a guy like Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes led Carl's team to a championship game. He lost to Norm, but he still, the regular season that he had was incredible. And he picked up Pat Mahomes, round 8, maybe? I haven't done the
I want to say it was double digits, maybe
really?
9, 10, 11.
It was later, for sure.
It's the same time old DDD over here picked up Josh Allen last year.
There you go. And I also had a round 8 through 10 pick on Aaron Rodgers last year. So those guys are out there. However, a generational talent like Pat Mahomes, who's so consistent, and the talent and the weapons he has around him, it's hard to pass on him in the first round. There's a couple other quarterbacks that I could see going in the first round, and no one would bat an eye at.
Not in this league.
No one. Yeah. I mean, you look at any one of those top 4 or 5 quarterbacks that if they do go in the first round, no one's going to say it's a bad pick. You went and got your guy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, honestly, when Norm was talking about trading his first and not wanting a first back, I started kicking the tires on, will Mahomes make it back to me? Because at 5 and 8, maybe I could end up with Mahomes and Tyreek or Mahomes and Kelsey, so
that stack.
Right. It's worth chasing. That's huge.
Yeah.
If you start with a stack that could put 50 points up on the board with 2 players, you're a third of the way there.
Well, Triple D over here just threw a dagger into that philosophy, saying that he's taking Patty at 3. But again, it's not a bad pick.
No,
I wasn't shocked when he said it. I've heard other names.
Oh no, so see,
that play different
it's
positions.
not shocking that Patrick Mahomes would get picked third in our league. It's shocking that the person who's viewed as the most conservative and traditional fantasy football player is going to step out of what would be considered his comfort zone to draft Mahomes at 3. That's the bombshell.
Sure.
Right? Like,
yeah,
that's where it was.
He's a great player. He's a great talent. I mean, just looking over his numbers, I mean, you can't mistake his production. I mean, that is just what you get with Patrick Mahomes, only with Patrick Mahomes.
And Dave, look, you came into this with a traditional fantasy football mindset. What's your mindset on quarterbacks now?
Well,
how has it changed?
Well, no, yeah, like Biz was saying, you have to draft a top 5 running back to win this league.
Quarterback
or running quarterback.
The running back
to win
helps,
this league.
but
Yeah.
the quarterback is the captain of the boat. And then to back it up and get it connect makes it even that much more. I mean, I was telling you this on the phone the other day, how many times and what type of lopsided offers I offered Ricky for Devontae Adams last year when I had Aaron Rodgers, just to get that connect, that top end connect. I mean, I had Lazard, I had MVS, like neither of those guys, they weren't the cherry on top of the sundae. I wanted the cream of the crop,
Of course.
and 18 touchdowns later, but unfortunately it didn't happen because Ricky knew that's what I was trying to do.
Of course.
But nonetheless, I think this year is different with the quarterback position. I really do.
Well, what's different?
In the sense
every
that
year
you can't get an Aaron Rodgers, you can't get Pat Mahomes 2 years ago like Carl did, round 8,
Are you
10,
sure?
9 or 10.
Are you sure?
I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
We didn't see it with Mahomes. We didn't see it with Josh Allen.
Just saying, I don't see it. Are you in love that much with any of the rookie quarterbacks or even a guy like, shit, man. I mean, the Trey Lances of the world, certainly not the Trevor Lawrence. He just doesn't have the horses in the stall around him. But I mean, some of these younger quarterbacks that are now like a Mac Jones. I know you're a Pats fan. Oh, is this Phil?
Yo,
Phil interrupting our fucking podcast.
there's a
again.
link in the chat of our whole league.
And then league. I posted it on the discussion board.
Yeah, Biz put it on the discussion board.
Nick knows this. Nicky joined us. He's on mute. We appreciate that, Nick. If you're not feeling too well, you got the sniffles.
Hey, I don't hear you, man.
But nonetheless, my point is like, John learned this too, coming from a more traditional background like you did, like we all did at some point in our fantasy football careers. No league is set up the way ours is, and the emphasis on quarterbacks. And now the way the quarterbacks run, like, Lamar Jackson a couple years ago, Kyler last year, even a Russ year in and year out. Obviously Josh Allen. Those guys are so important. Backbones to your team. So going quarterback in the first round is unheard of in like 95% of fantasy football leagues, except for Strictly Business.
It's in the discussion board right on Strictly Business at NFL.com.
We really doing this with Phil right now? I can't copy it from my app.
You went from my headphones to my Bluetooth. Sorry.
Anyhow. So thank you, Rich. I thought it was a good time that it happened organically that way, that we had this, just organic mock draft, if you will. And if things stay with how they were going in this group text.
Oh, Nicky's the real MVP. He just sent the link.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, buddy. Nicky's on. He's just muted right now.
Oh, yeah, I don't see Nicky.
So, anyways, that being said, that was a good time. Certainly Dave shocked some people, but where I'm sitting at 11, it didn't really shock me because, as you guys have known, if you draft at the back end of the first round, you got to cross off 5 to 7 guys off your list, you know, in your studying and in your research. I mean, they're still on my tier rankings, but they have right now a transparent Sharpie already through them. And one of them is Pat Mahomes. It doesn't matter if he goes 1 through 10. I didn't believe fully that I was going to get him, you know, at sitting at 11. But if he goes to you, Dave, great. I think that's a great pick. I think he could be the number 1 pick, personally. CMC certainly is the number 1 running back.
I still say I'll be surprised when RJ passes on him.
Yeah, I think RJ's throwing a smokescreen, huh?
No, I wouldn't say that, because I don't necessarily think RJ is the kind of guy to put up a smoke screen, but just historically, he's never been shy about reaching up in the first to grab his QB. And, you know,
or just
why not do that
or
with
just
Patty
say
Mahomes?
early, or just say early. RJ understands the importance. He's been in this league for years. He gets it. He's not, and the way I see it, when you're picking, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know, even the top 5, you got to do your tiers, and then you got to do your overall best value in the top 5.
Right.
Again, if you're in the back end, 9 through 12, you have a little more, I don't want to say strategy, but it's like you're going to, you know, have 2 picks lined up out of 4 or out of 6 picks. When you're at the top end, you got to just get the best guy at that spot. And at 3, Pat Mahomes is on the board, and you're comparing it to any other running back still on the board, yeah, 100%. That's a great pick. And like I said, I wouldn't scoff at Ricky if he took him 1. What up, Flip?
I don't like that angle he's using.
Yeah, I don't like that angle either. Oh, Jesus.
And he's got no shirt on.
Oh, Jesus. What are we doing? This is a family show.
He's got no clothes on at all.
Oh, man. This is why I love this league.
Suck it!
Oh my God.
Thank you for the musical interlude, Mr. Phil Nichols.
Please put some clothes on.
Please, for the love of God.
Oh God.
So let me ask you this. If RJ does take, you like that segue? Just going right back into it.
We're back.
If RJ does take Pat Mahomes at 2, this is hypothetical. Who would you take at 3? Would you take Dalvin Cook? Would you have another running back in your mind?
I don't think how.
Or right now you can't make that decision? You
I
talk
would,
to me.
I would say that. I mean, like,
He's stumbling.
no, I'm just saying that, you know, Patrick, I mean, if Mahomes does fall, then I may very well take Patrick Mahomes, because I think he's just a really good, just a really good player to have on your team.
But if he's not,
But if he isn't, then Dalvin Cook is probably, that's like a you can't pass me up pick. I mean, that's like you better grab him, because if he goes down to 4, he's gone. He's gone right there.
no chance of Derrick Henry over Dalvin Cook.
I don't think so.
Sounds like it's one of 2 people.
I don't think so.
And when you're picking
I
at
think
3,
Dalvin,
and we already
I think
know
it's
who won
Dalvin,
it.
just because offense is just gonna, he's gonna have so much more of that offense. I mean, that
Sure.
offense is his. They run through the offense through Dalvin Cook in Minnesota.
100%. He's my number 2 ranked back behind CMC. I mean, I have CMC in a tier, and I have Dalvin Cook in a tier, and then I've got my next tier. That's how I've got it.
I don't know. I still look at those 2,000 yards he got last year and can't help but think, man, that's, you know, he put up, I think, 40 points more than the second best running back in our league last year.
Yeah.
40 points is 3.5 a game,
They
3
also-
1/4 a game.
Okay, two things. One, they added Julio Jones this year.
Which means he's not going to face any stacked boxes.
True, but Julio demands the ball, which means I think they're going to throw the ball a little more than they did last year, which is crazy to say because Tannehill ended up with 40 touchdowns.
Well, okay.
With limited pass catchers. Corey Davis gets replaced by Julio Jones.
Give Derrick Henry 10% less touches, but him seeing 6 in the box instead of 8 in the box.
Hold on. Oh boy.
Fucking Nicky hung up.
Yeah, Nick gave up on this. He'll watch it on YouTube tomorrow.
So, y'all want to know who I'm taking with number 6?
Yeah.
Be nice.
Saquon motherfucking Barkley.
Oh shit.
More bullshit.
That's a smoke screen.
Oh, my drink don't have enough to stand it up.
So
Are my eyes about to get raped?
I don't know.
Aren't you glad I joined the podcast?
Always,
Yeah.
always, Phil. Always.
It's like some kind of creepy fucking Gene Simmons.
His eyes are closed. Or sewn
Shut.
Yeah.
No, my eyes are wide shut.
Yeah.
Wide shut.
Sewn shut Saquon. That's Flipper's team name right there. I would love.
Man, is everybody just being open and honest this year? This is great.
I see.
Can we get
think
Carl on so that I can get on the clock?
we no one can really tell if we're being serious. That's the problem. Because maybe people are just being straight shooters this year.
You know
Like you
what?
said, more so than any year in the past.
There's still a lot of time before draft time next week.
I think-
Now, you could be a straight shooter or sideways shooter. It doesn't fucking matter.
I just think there's enough smoke from the wildfires right now that everyone's all choked up and
Yeah, we don't need any more.
no. I mean, it didn't get to my pick, so I wasn't even able to throw out a smoke screen,
Crazy.
you know?
Bam.
So, anyways, we're gonna move the podcast on. We talked a little bit about
I'm sorry, it's over there, Dave.
we talked a little bit about can't minimize when I'm in the Zoom meeting. All right. Oh, truly. There you go, Phil.
I'm just happy to be in this fucking draft. This league.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no matter who I get with my draft, I'm not gonna, I just want to just get the season on.
If you take Saquon, it's gonna fuck Phil's life up. And Phil deserves that after what he did to poor Norm
Oh,
one year.
Saquon can stay healthy, man. He could have went number 2.
God, we had to pause the draft at fucking 5 for that. Remember that, Flip?
5 overall.
5 overall.
Yeah.
And not because of a technical difficulty, because someone was on tilt.
Yep. Someone couldn't get into the draft.
It wasn't me.
No, I know. It was Norm.
Yeah, it was Norm. You put Norm on tilt. That was one of the greatest draft moments I've ever seen here. And I wasn't here for the pizzas that got dropped. So
Norm didn't take his guy until like round 4. He was so flustered because of the Zoom call draft.
That's
Yeah.
all right. He
just heard
wound
Dave-
up just fine because he raped Tony
That's right.
all season long.
That's right. That's right. So maybe that was the best thing for Norm. So real quick before you get into your next song, Phil, we're going to talk about payouts. So everybody, the
I
league,
already voted.
I know. Thank you. The league consensus, we're
I
going
don't
with
care.
option number 1. Well, perhaps you do care because if you win, you want to know how much money you're going to win. So each division winner is
that's
going
not
to
a
win.
concern for Phil.
Obviously not. $250.
You guys have any idea how much I enjoyed the draft from John's fucking living room?
Oh yeah. You should have never smoked that blunt.
Oh, definitely not. Lesson not learned.
Attaboy.
But I fucking miss it out there, man. I miss you guys.
We miss
Fucking
you.
COVID. Fuck
Uh,
COVID.
We miss you, Phil. Where are you doing the draft this year? You're gonna go to
Wow.
You're not gonna go to RJ's?
No,
In, Weathersfield?
too many distractions.
I think you can find enough distractions by yourself, Phil.
I always do.
That's true. And that's why we love you, man. It's good to see you.
But
So option no-
at least I'm wearing underwear.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. In a week, that might be a different story.
He's gonna pull him over to the side at some point before this podcast is done.
So real quick, division winners get $250 each. High week gets $100. Total season points gets $100. The loser bowl gets 100. Finish in second place, you get $450, and the champion wins $1,500. So extra $600 in the pot this year, raising the ante for each team. Allowed us to increase the championship, second place a little bit, and include divisions. Now that we have 3 divisions, which leads me to another comment, or I guess question. Phil, what do you think are some good division names?
He's amused by the question.
Yes, he is. Putting him on the spot 'cause Phil's extremely creative.
That's a good one.
We'll have to get back to you on that.
Nope. Is this being recorded and gonna wind up on social media?
Yes.
So then I vote sissies, putches, and bitches.
All right. I like it.
That was pussies, bitches, and what?
So
Sissies, pussies, and bitches.
Oh, okay.
Sissies, pussies, and bitches. Okay.
I'll write that down. You never know. Someone suggested that we should use someone from each division as a team name. I like Phil's idea. It's better than Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. I mean, that just...
Good luck typing that in.
We'll leave it just for audio. We'll punch it in.
Hashtag me too.
That should be Division 1 right there.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah. You got Ricky, RJ, you got Dave, and what?
Ryan.
And Ryan. Hashtag
yeah,
me
Ryan.
too. Yeah. Yeah. That's Division 1 right there. Oh,
Can one of
man.
them, where's Nikki's division?
Mine?
You and Nikki?
Me, Nikki,
Blue
McKeever.
Bubble division.
Blue Bubble. Okay.
Purple waffle.
The Blue Bubble division. Me and Nick are both in the same division.
And
We
you got
gotta-
that bet, right?
Yeah,
Whichever one of you finishes higher. I
Yeah.
like it.
If I finish, Nick finishes higher than me, I get an iPhone this year. That is the bet. And I will hold to it 100%. Not that I want an iPhone, just I'm a man of my word. So we got hashtag me too, Blue Bubble, and then what is it? John,
Me,
Carl,
Purple waffle.
Purple Waffle.
Sure. I'm okay with that.
It's a suggestion.
Hey, it's for all the things Phil could have come up with. I'm okay with that one. Like, I'd imagine he'd be like bruised taint,
Yeah.
you know, like
Well, I have McKeever, so that wouldn't work. What I'm thinking about. Anyways, we'll continue on. All right, Phil, how do you feel about the IR spot? We got a regular IR spot. Do we keep the second one just in case someone comes down with COVID?
Yeah, do the same thing as last year.
yo. So what do we do when Nikki decides he just wants to put anybody he wants in IR, just to keep his roster from having to, make the decision about the kicker until Sunday?
Unless they're on the COVID list or pup list, Nikki can go fuck himself.
That's my sentiment. If it doesn't say COVID next to the guy on the app or online, he's not allowed in the second
Okay,
IR spot.
so
That's it.
Cool. I totally understand.
And I don't care if both guys are on the regular IR.
That
One
was
of those
our-
guys got to be on your
That was
roster.
our rule last year too. What are we gonna do to Nick when he just blatantly says fuck it, just like last year?
Well, the only way these guys listen is money. Do we
So
start fining guys money?
either you find them or
So are
make
you
them
saying
not the
Nikki
last person.
violated the rules last year?
What's that?
No,
Are you saying Nikki violated the rules last
Yeah.
year?
So I'm going to use a word that you know very well. He took liberties.
Oh yeah, he took liberties all the way down the shaft.
Yes, he did.
He was
He 2 inches.
stayed within the boundaries.
He did, because the rules weren't clarified.
No,
They
they
were
were
just-
very clear.
Well, they were discussed, and I'm not here to defend Nick. What I'm trying to say is this year, there's going to be more eyes on it.
All I'm
and
saying is if he didn't cheat, he wouldn't have won the championship.
That's not-
Fuck him.
that's-
I don't
God.
believe that at all. Congrats.
Dude, I don't look at it as cheating at all. He took advantage of the rules
yeah,
under the circumstances.
there you go.
What's wrong with that?
There you go. That's my,
I-
that's my take on it too. I think it
What's
just needs to be
what's-
managed.
What's wrong with it is we set the exact same parameters last year that we're setting right now and saying, well, God damn it, if it doesn't, we're all here. And like literally the same thing happened last year. Exactly. When we had the exact same rules. Our rules were no different. Our rules were one spot for COVID, one spot for regular IR.
And I'll be honest, if it wasn't for John, I probably wouldn't have noticed it 3 or 4 times throughout the year. So I need
Yeah,
to do
but
a good job staying on top of
Mr.
everyone's roster.
It's all good. Literally, I think it would make me feel a
Nikki
little bit
Pooh-
better if you were like,
Nikki
yeah,
Pooh figured out
drop whatever
how to
player.
manipulate the
stuff like
I
rules.
called his ass out a couple times on that.
and
After I was
he
told
came
about
out
it.
on top.
Yeah, but in the playoffs, it didn't matter. That's not when that shit was going on. It was during the regular season, like you said, when you were streaming kickers or streaming
Yeah,
a tight end.
it was basically like
and he
he
had
didn't,
5 defenses
he
on his
didn't want to make
roster.
the decision on who to drop and
Yeah.
pick up a kicker
Miami
until the end
Dolphins
of the
D
week,
was
which-
so important to him. Week 14.
You know what you guys
Well-
need right now?
What's that?
My nipple.
There you go.
Nipple shot.
I can't wait for this draft.
Dude,
It's gonna be so exciting.
like we're all ready, which is the bad part.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like all
I'm
the
so
preseason
not
games are
fucking
done, right?
ready. It's not even funny.
Have you started your studying, Phil?
I'm taking Saquon in the first round.
Okay.
What if Norm takes him at 5?
He's a fucking retard.
Oh boy.
Woo! Football's back, baby.
Yes. Phil, do some studying for us.
I got
No,
my
Phil,
shit.
Phil, go ahead and please take Saquon at 6.
It's not a bad pick.
It's not.
It's not. He just needs to stay healthy.
Just grab Booker in like
It's-
the 11th.
Like playing craps.
I love craps. That's where I've invested a lot of money into craps.
Hey, Phil, I sent you a text message yesterday and you never sent me a fuck off back.
I sent you one this morning. I was trying to digest it and I didn't like it.
Phil's already mocked through round 14, so he didn't he didn't like what he was getting in round 8 after that trade, John.
Round 8.
Yeah,
I
And
didn't
what
have
was the
anything
trade?
to do around 8
you're just giving them your second rounder for a first rounder, and then swapping a.
to the second and third.
Dude,
for
it
his
wasn't
first-
bad. It on paper, it wasn't bad. If your only mission in life was to fuck Carl in the ass.
Okay, so you think Carl's taking Saquon? That's why you want to take Saquon?
No. I'm just saying I'm taking Saquon because I want to take Saquon.
Right on. That makes sense.
But what was he talking about fucking someone in the ass for?
I'm not sure. I wasn't picking up what he was putting down.
Me either, but
He put Carl's name down. He wants to pick before Carl because he's scared of who's
Oh,
Carl's gonna pick.
who? Yeah, and Carl's been quiet.
Carl's always quiet.
No, more so than usually. You get a little tweet from Carl. A little something. Other than the votes lately, you haven't heard much from Carl. So there's not much coming out of Darian camp as far as what he's doing. He's a wild card. We've seen Carl go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. Seen Carl take a Pat Mahomes in the 10th and run into a championship game. You know?
Those were one and the same, right? What wide receiver?
No, Carl's done the wide receiver bit a few times though. He's one that likes to go against the grain. So if everyone's taking running back, you can assume he's going to take Kelsey or, you know, a top wide receiver. My point is though, maybe not. Maybe
John,
not.
what pick are you?
8.
Dude, you got to come harder than that.
Personally,
Okay, and I mean it's not worth it to me to go any harder than that, so it's good.
no joke. And Ezekiel Elliott could fall right into Carl's lap at 7, based on what I've heard tonight and from that group chat. Zeke Elliott at 7.
Have you guys ever seen Trailer Park Boys,
Of course.
where Ricky says, "Make my words"?
Ricky says all kinds of things, but
Make my words. I will not draft Ezekiel Elliott.
Which means he'll fall right in Carl's lap. Wow.
Carl can have him and suck his dick.
Have you been watching Hard Knocks? Zeke looks great. I mean,
still don't give a fuck.
I know, because he's a cowboy. Literally.
No, he took Ezekiel Elliott last year and Zeke fucked him in the ass, but it was
He fucked me right up the ass.
You got to let go of those feelings.
I know he's gonna get fucked in the ass by Saquon this year. Right there, fist, boom.
Zeke's little fucking mop top right there.
I'm calling that Saquon's balloon knot. That's my team name next year.
Oh, man. Zeke looks great, though.
God, bro.
Zeke looks great. He does.
Everybody in Dallas, like Hard Knocks, just makes everybody.
True.
Everybody gets
But
that bump.
we all knew Dallas's offense was going to move the ball as long as Dak is healthy, which they will. They did it last year. So why not? And they got some of their offensive line back that they lost last year, too. I love Zeke this year. I will go on the record and say this. One of my first 2 picks will not be Joe motherfucking Mixon. That's for sure. Because just like Phil's hatred towards Zeke, I don't care how much burn this dude's going to get, and there's no backup and so on and so forth. He's going to get the bulk of their carries. Anyone can have Joe Mixon, and I'll laugh when he tweaks his ankle in week 2. I'll
Yeah,
laugh.
but are you okay with him having like 1,800 yards rushing and 800 yards receiving?
As long as it's not my division, I'm fine with that. Which means
Well,
he's got to
what-
get past Nikki on the turn.
Right.
That's
What
it.
if Nicky takes him, man, and you got to face that Mixon?
I hope Nick does take him, because that would be a spite pick against me, and you'll feel the burn of
No,
Joe Mixon.
And
Why don't ever spike pick.
It's like chlamydia.
Don't spike pick.
Champ.
It's
Ever.
like chlamydia. It burns. Joe Mixon,
Yeah, except Mixon burns so good for Nicky.
good for him.
Just like Monty. Nobody wanted Monty.
True. And he ended up being what, number 7 back in the league?
Or-
Or 4. Yeah, I think you're right. 4. You're right. Number 4 overall. Or back. Wow. Which is crazy. It all happened in 7 weeks. He rode that horse.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, we got about 8 minutes left here before our free Zoom call ends. Phil, you got any parting shots other than you're going to fuck Carl up the ass? You're taking Saquon. You're definitely not taking Zeke. Anything else you want to shed light on?
I'm not taking Zeke. I have no plans to fuck Carl in the ass, literally.
Well, I think we know it's not
And
literal.
the deal that John threw me was crap.
Okay. So what do you need to make that deal happen? Why don't you let John know?
No,
If
there.
I was in Colorado, in John's house,
It's a short flight.
he
You have a
could
week.
rope me into that shit like that.
Well, it's a short flight and you got a week. Figure it out.
No, but I'm not allowed.
Oh, you're on house arrest?
House duress.
Arrest.
I heard it be.
Oh, oh man. Dave, what about you? Here, get Dave on here. Dave, you got any parting shots? We got about, like I said, 7-8 minutes here.
Well, I just wish everybody the best of luck.
No, you don't.
good draft.
No, you don't.
Who's talking? I can't see video.
Wait till you see Flippers nuts a couple times. Then he'll hate everybody here.
It's true.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I have any parting shots right now, because right now I'm just kind of like, I guess I could just say I'm happy I'm in this draft. I'm happy I'm in this. I'm happy I'm in the best league there
Look at them
is.
notes.
Fantasy.
He's got notes.
And I'm just so go for this year. I'm blessed.
Okay, so let me ask you this. After going through the first season in our league, and obviously being eye-opening, you finished first in the regular season. Is there anything that you noticed that you could do differently coming into this year? I mean, you're handed a gift with Josh Allen. That doesn't happen every year.
Something.
Josh Allen and every running back he took hit.
Yeah.
Hit.
Yeah. That doesn't happen every year. That doesn't happen ever.
Different in this draft that I did last year.
Not just the draft, the year, for the league.
Yeah, I wish I would have taken more chances on rookies last year.
Okay.
I felt like Justin Jefferson, he was a free agent after week 1.
Yeah.
My dumbass went
And
overboard. I had 6 rookie wide receivers at one point.
He slipped right by us. I mean, as a draft, I like to think that our league can draft every single one of these players that are any good at all. And a player like Justin Jefferson slipped right past us through the whole draft.
Put it this way.
There'll be a few this
There'll
year.
be 90 wide receivers taken in this year's draft. That's my projection, which might be the most ever in a draft.
17?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
90. Because wide receivers are so dominant in point scoring, and the league has changed to it's an air raid now. Those top backs. Yeah, there's going to be a few that slip through the cracks, but based on injury or their situation. But it's not.
John, finally.
I mean, wide receivers are so important, just like quarterbacks.
And there's an abundance of wide
Mhm.
receivers this year.
And that's why I'm saying that could be upwards of 90 wide receivers. I have 105 wide receivers that I've scouted, watched.
105? Time
Yeah.
out. 105?
Yes. Yeah. Phil, you better get started on your research. I've been at it for a while now. I'm the most prepared as of today that I've ever been for a draft than I can remember. Now, my short-term memory is gone, but that's saying something. I could do the draft right now. I still want to tidy up on my defensive knowledge. I mean, but the core is there. But 105 wide receivers. I got 80 running backs.
I fucking can't.
I know.
Dude. 105 wide receivers?
Yes, I've ranked 105 wide receivers, Phil.
You're scraping the bottom of the barrel times 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Defense, lottery. Like playing craps.
That's how I do kickers. I honestly do my kicker research during the draft. I don't care. I don't care.
Kickers.
Phil, who's your
Really?
top kicker?
Kickers. We talking kickers.
Can we get, how many more minutes do we have of this?
4.
4. You got 4 more minutes if you feel?
I don't care about minutes. Kickers. Really? Kickers.
Welcome It's a strictly business, everybody.
Don't look like it's strictly business.
Hence the pun.
I love you guys.
We love you, Phil. We love you.
Expert level, huh?
Oh,
Expert level. Fucking retards.
he doesn't care about payouts. He hasn't done any research. He's locked in at the 6.
Wow. Wow.
Dude, you know who picks right in front of you, Phil, right?
I'm the middle of the draft.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna take what I get.
Phil's good with numbers.
Yeah, it's 6 in between the
6.
middle of 12 and 1.
There you go. The person that picks in front of you, his name is Norm. You know who Norm's
Yeah,
favorite
I'm not
player
worried
is?
about him.
You know who Norm's favorite
He
player
doesn't.
is?
He doesn't draft his team. He just rates others to build his team. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't.
Well, I don't think we have any rape victims in the league right now. Other than the
Well,
one
then
wearing
Norm
the mask.
is fucked.
Oh, yeah, free Aaron Jones. We've got a rape victim.
Yeah.
We've got a rape victim over here.
Do you know who Aaron Jones is, Phil?
Really? Was that a question?
Who does Graham Gano play for?
The Houston Diamondbacks.
There you go. Right answer. He's the kicker for the Giants.
He's on it.
I know. But anyways, Phil, we love you. We hope you do come in with a strategy taking Saquon. I think it's a good strategy because really, I mean, all those backs in my opinion, after the first 3 are really a toss-up. You know, Zeke and Saquon, I've got them in the same tier, along with a few other guys. And, you know, you got to go your gut, right, Phil?
Mark, I just want to lick your pussy like this.
Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. As enticing as that sounds, I will have to pass. But if you come to Colorado for the draft, you got a week. You can apologize later. Yep. So we got a minute left. Here's what we're going to do. We went over payouts. We got a couple ideas, thought starters anyways, for division names. We're going to keep the second IR spot. I think that's the best move, for the league. John, what do you got for parting shots here?
Fuck all you people.
All right. Well, everyone knows I'm coming after Nikki. I'm coming after Nikki this year. Nick already knows there's a huge target on his back. 2-time defending champ. I think he wears that designation proudly. He knows there's a target.
Hey, 11 motherfuckers let him slip through the cracks 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Yep.
2 years in a row.
Overlooked his entire team. Trade him if you got him. Pick him if you don't. Phil, love you, brother. It's good to see you.
See ya, Flip.
We're signing off.
Peace
brother.
out, Phil.